Welcome to the Classic Wines Minute, brought to you by ClassicWines.com. I'm your host, Brian Friedman. Join me as we explore the world of wine with the sommelier instructors here at the Wine School of Philadelphia.
I'm here with Frank Ciparone, a sommelier instructor at the Wine School of Philadelphia. And today we are talking about German wines.
You know, Keith, when people say to me German wine, and even friends of mine whom I consider aficionados.
Like yourself.
Thank you. We have an idea of what French wine is about. Even when people talk about Italian or Spanish wine, there's a point of reference. With German wine, I know a lot of people just draw a blank. And I think one of the reasons for that is the labeling on a German wine bottle. There's just so much information here. Could you help me decipher some of this?
Yeah, there is so much here. You can get into, well, there's the producer, and then there's the larger region, just like there is anywhere else in the world. But then you have the town, and then you have the vineyard, and then you even have the ripeness level, and whether it's dry or not. And should I continue?
Do you have to?
That's probably enough for today.
Yeah, I think so. That's an indication of how much information we're talking about. But it does give you an idea about how much information is there, and you know, I think deciphering it does become a problem at some point. Now, the one good thing that is on a bottle of German wine, for example, this one, they tell you what the grape is. Okay, and in this case, it is a Riesling. But even with that, there are other indications on here about different styles, and I think that also is something that people have difficulty with. Could you explain more about that, please?
Well, this is actually a great tip, because if all you know is the grape, and then this other term behind it, it tells you when it was picked. So you have a general idea of what style of wine this is. For instance, a Riesling Cabernet is going to be when the first harvested. So it's going to have less sugar, so it's going to be fairly dry and great acidity. Then you have a Spätlese, and a Spätlese is harvested just a little bit later, and so the sugar content is a little higher, so you can have either higher alcohol wine or a sweeter wine.
Okay.
And then Auslese, and those are picked much later, and these are going to have much more sugar in the grapes, so you end up with this wine that's either very high in alcohol or sweet. And these are the three table wines. There are other ones. There's Trockenbeeren, Auslese, and Eiswein, but we don't need to get into those.
Those are more dessert style wines,
those are dessert wines.
Yeah, well, we have a Riesling in the glass here, Keith. What is this?
Well, this is a Spätlese. This is a Riesling Spätlese, but it is dry. It's a Trocken. So it is wonderful. It's that interplay of mineral and acidity. These are really, really beautiful wines.
There's a lot going on in this glass.
There really are.
That's for sure.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Keith, for helping explain the mysteries of German wines and wine labels to us. And
Prost.
Prost.
Well, folks, join us again as we continue our journey in the wine world.